Hello, Chris. Ask and you shall receive. You literally posted as I was about to do this video on my in the comment section about if I was doing the birthday request for you or not. Well, here we are, folks. For Chris Dash for his birthday, a one-shot what if. Now, this will not be a relatively long what if either. I'll try to lengthen it out as much as I can, go at least 10 minutes, because it's at least stuff to talk about. But the question is, what if Goku, Broly, and Vegeta became members of the X-Men? Now, we're not talking about if they're mutants. We're not talking about what their mutation would be that mimics their Saiyan heritage. No. We're just talking about if these characters somehow ended up in the Marvel Universe and decided to become members of the X-Men to help things out. The first question would just be, actually, the first question is the main question. How busted would this make the entirety of any X-Men story, period? And the answer to that is actually just simply what continuity you're in. So let's just break it down. If we're going with, say, the movies, for example, well, Goku, Vegeta, and Broly bust the entire movie franchise, 100%. Because the movies have to ground things on some level, individuals like Apocalypse and the Phoenix Force can never be portrayed as strong as they actually are. Which means they all get clapped. Like, seriously. Magneto would never be a threat. Goku would be like, hey, stop. Hey, come on, this isn't cool. I'll be taking this. Yo, you come back and say, all right, old man, that's enough of that. Like, that's it. Stryker, like Goku would probably be able to just break it. Like, when they go to meet Stryker, like, God's like, well, I gotta figure out. Wait, I found Professor X. Boop, boop, gotcha. It's like, huh? Nani? Like, because he can sense his energy, his key signature. It'd be, well, I don't know what his key signature would be like. His physicality is very low, obviously, but his mental capacity is through the roof. Mm-hmm. What do you think his key signature would be like, Professor X? So, there you go, and then blow it up. It's like, all right, blowing it up. Broly doesn't really like to do that. He's just playing with a deer. Let's just say you get to Last Stand. Okay, you're, it's like, I hate needles. It's like, why didn't it work on them? It's like, they're not, it's like, we're not mutants, you idiots. Just, again, now, Jean might be a little bit of a problem due to the disintegration factor, but they can literally attack her from a distance and blow her up. Also, key shields can resist things, and the Phoenix Force just has never been depicted as that powerful. If I were to go, say, with Days of Future Past, well, the Sentinels would never win. There would be no Days of Future Past because the Sentinels, when they try to adapt to the Z Fighters, are not able to output universal levels of power to try to compensate for that. They might be able to adapt to the base forms of these characters a bit, but once they start getting going, Goku, Vegeta, and Broly just boom, 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 blast all of them. Fine, probably is a master mold factory of some kind, and just eliminate the future Sentinels. So there's no reason for Days of Future Past. So there's that. Then let's see here. You go into X-Men Apocalypse. First class in Apocalypse, if they're taking care of Sebastian Shaw. Though he can absorb energy, it's more just like, okay. It's like, Kakarot, I'll deal with it. It's like, wait, it's like, I don't like using your instant transmission very often. Well, for dicks like this, I'll make an exception. Boom, it just goes in the upper atmosphere. Or actually just like, oh, really? And what are you going to do? Ah! All right, who's next? Emma Frost tries it. Maybe actually tries to attack their minds. And Broly's like, no. Smashes her and kills her. His angel just nopes out of there. Let's see here. Anything else I can think of for the movies? They're in the past instead of the future. Well, oh god. They easily stop Mystique. They easily stop Mystique and show that, oh yeah, mutants are great. We're not. Just go with it. Apocalypse. This Apocalypse would not be able to do dick to them. This Apocalypse is chump change. Honestly, I'm not even sure real Apocalypse would be able to handle Goku, Vegeta, or Broly. He's a planetary level threat and even beyond, but he's not a universal level buster as those guys are and beyond. So Apocalypse would just get jacked up quick. The Phoenix Force again these aliens would just get incinerated, quite frankly. Just one good key blast incinerates these little douches. Beyond that, anything else from the movies I can think of? New Mutants? No. And I'm not doing the Wolverine film. So, yeah, if they're in the movie universe, they break the universe. Like, there's nothing that stands against them. What if I were to put them in the animated series, though? Or the comics? Well, obviously, in either of those scenarios, now we have a little bit of a different ballgame. In within stories involving the X-Men, there usually aren't individuals powerful enough to take these guys on. Apocalypse falls in the category of someone who could actually go toe to toe with these guys for a while, particularly because he can absorb energy. So key blasts aren't going to be enough, but these guys raging out for a while, it would definitely not go in their favor. I could see Broly being sent with Wolverine to deal with the Hulk, and you get basically that death battle again, except they're somehow able to go off-world to save the planet. And then Hulk basically gets killed. So anything involving Hulk. Or you could throw Broly at him instead of the Sentry, and there you go, in World War Hulk. So there's something for that. So scenarios like that definitely could come up. I could possibly, if Vegeta or Broly were to be caught off guard, because like I said, Apocalypse is strong enough, I think, to give these guys a bit of a challenge. Just nothing that is a true threat when they're going all out. If you were to say, catch them off guard while they're asleep or whatever, turn them into one of his horsemen? Oh, Horseman, Broly, or Vegeta? Probably not Goku, but Horseman, Broly, or Vegeta? Oh, that's messed up. Because now it's no holds bar. You get Ultra Eco, Horseman of War, Vegeta. Oh, things are getting crazy now. It's not until you get to say like the big cosmic level threats though that occasionally the X-Men still have to deal with. The Shi'ar, the Phoenix Force as it's presented in the actual Marvel comics. Thanos, who has occasionally fought some of the X-Men. Onslaught. Characters that pose unique types of threats that you would get into the characters that these guys would actually have to now put really legit effort into. Thanos, for example, as powerful as he is, I don't think could beat any of these three. Again, Thanos, while capable of going toe-to-toe with individuals like Odin, has never himself, without the aid of other tech, displayed power on that level. He's got durability to go toe-to-toe with these guys. He just can't threaten, like, say, a universe on his own power. Whereas Goku, Vegeta, and Broly can. So, yeah, you definitely could see scenarios where they have to maybe, like, stop the Mad Titan, joining like X-Force or something like that. Maybe even I could see them going off world for a while and being parts of the Guardians of the Galaxy too. That's legit in their wheelhouse to do. And that'd be actually pretty fun. The kind of adventures that I can see Vegeta and Drax just kind of butting heads a lot of the time. Rocket and Broly, Groot and Broly kind of bonding, and Rocket can be like, "Hey, you're all right, Broly. I like you." Yeah, no, in the comics, there's just so many story arcs, too, that I couldn't tell you every single scenario. The story arcs where they actually probably couldn't do much is things involving the Phoenix, just because of the level of power the Phoenix is, or someone like Wanda, who literally can affect beyond the multiverse. And as powerful as they are not that strong. Now, granted, there are still levels of power that if they had to try to do something, they could at least make an effort. Like, say Galactus comes in to, like, eat the planet. They could square up on Galactus and actually probably push him back, especially if Galactus is on the hunger side. Like, his power is not at its max. A full power Galactus, unfortunately, these guys are cooked. They're not that strong. Even Broly, who's technically the strongest of the three, ain't that strong. But a running on empty Galactus, where Goku, Vegeta, and Broly kind of square up, and maybe Goku and Vegeta go into Gogeta, and I know that the game exists where you can do like multiple fusions at once, where like multiple people can actually fuse into one, beyond two people can fuse into like one individual. I wonder if there would be a way. We know few like combinations exist in the Marvel universe. Magic can do it. I wonder like if through a spell through Doctor Strange they do a new type of fusion and you get. Oh god, now I gotta figure out what the Saiyan 3 hybrid name would be between Broly, Kakarot, and Vegeta, because it would be it would be Kakarot, because Vegeta's part of the equation. Although Broly probably knows him also, though he did say to call him Kakarot. I was about to say Gohan was Goku. So let me see here. Grolita? All right, that's one. Let's try it with Broly first. Bro Eatku. No, that one doesn't work. Or sorry, Bro Ito. Okay, Bro Ito or Bro Broto. Broto? No. Okay, what about Vegeta first? Okay, Broly. Okay, Vegetoli, Vegetoli. Uh, but it'd probably be more like Vajoti. I think that second one I did using Broly first, Brogeta. I think Brogeta is probably the closest we can get to confused. Like they would create like I mean, that level of power on a warrior would be insane. Gogeta alone was bitch smacking Broly around when he was getting serious, and Broly was still at his strongest at that point, and he was still like Gogeta was no joke there. Broly combined into that. God, that would break the DC or Dragon Ball universe at least. Probably not still being Omni King, but still. Probably not breaking the Marvel universe, but I mean, you're talking now about a character who would easily push back and possibly almost kill a weakened Galactus. And unless you're dealing with, say, cosmic entities on the level of Eternity or Infinity or Living Tribunal, there wouldn't be much to stand against a warrior like that. But last but not least, what about the animated series? Well, the animated series is pretty much just the comics adapted into an animated form. And it also depends which animated series you're looking at. The original one, 97. Honestly, like if these guys were there when Bastion showed up, they'd mincemeat at Bastion. Apocalypse, again, they beat his ass, quite frankly. The Shi'ar and the Phoenix Force. That's the one, and what was it? The emerald that the Shi'ar Prince King wanted or whatever. Those individuals are a little bit harder to deal with. Plasmius. Not Plasmius. The kid who literally could warp reality as like this plasma being. Plasma was in his name. I can't remember it. He would be a problem. Again, Onslaught would be a problem just because he's more of a psychic entity than anything else. Individuals with psychic capabilities would probably be the biggest problem these three would have to face. Because even though they got great mental, willpower and fortitude, and we've seen Vegeta completely fight off possession, it's still not something they normally have to deal with. Well, what if I throw them into X-Men Evolution? Well, that's an even weaker world than the original 97 X-Men. So, yeah, X-Men Evolution, they would be clapping ass. They'd be clapping cheeks in that world. And then, yeah, Wolverine and the X-Men, same thing. These are three characters that the only world where the power level isn't completely busted, the only world where the power level isn't so low that they completely break the world, is the comics. Otherwise, they break the movies. They would break most of the, they'd break a lot of the comic world, but again, once you get into the higher tier stuff, they would definitely they would definitely be getting challenged and probably beaten in some ways. They break X-Men Evolution's world. They also, I think, break Wolverine and the X-Men, even though that's definitely closer to, say, 97's X-Men, with some of the stuff that's going on in there. Oh, God. The one thing I am thinking is, what if Rogue touches one of them? But as we know, they can put energy shields up, so they can be touched. And so she has a torrid love affair with Broly, and they have a kid named Roly Poly. I don't know. Actually, that's not Rogue. Rogue's name is actually, I believe, Marie, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, the kid, combining Rogue and Broly to create Broly or Brogue. Brogy, roly poly. I don't know. I'm going off the rails here. All I can say is I was able to make it almost to 15 minutes on this. So happy birthday, Chris Dash. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, like I said, it's just there's so many stories within Marvel Comics. They couldn't tell you exactly what would happen if they were on the X-Men team. I can tell you what happened if they were in the movies. They'd break the movie universe. They're too strong for the movie universe. They're also too strong for a chunk of the animated series. And some of the other TV series, like what was it? Was it The Gifted? Was that it? And there's also New Mutants that existed, I think, in the 90s. And there's also the New Mutants movie, but they wouldn't be in that movie. Either way, I digress. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.